What is up, UDK Sports Talk family? I wanted to come on here and talk about the Knicks game that happened yesterday, in which the New York Knicks were absolutely demolished by the Houston Rockets. Now, I can make this video talking about a multitude of things. Another slow start, the defense on Kevin Durant, the defense overall, the lack of cat involvement, or we could take more of a positive approach and look at the games of Jordan Clarkson and Jose Alvarado. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to address any of those things. I just wanted to go with this, man. We understand what type of time it was this season. The New York Knicks fans all believe this, that the New York Knicks, this would be the best chance that they would have to go to the finals since the 94 season. I don't count the 1999 season or the 2000 season. I don't. This year is the best opportunity in 30 plus years. And there was a clear-cut definitive path. And the one thing that we have noticed is that for whatever reason, this starting five can't consistently connect and glue together to become one cohesive unit. Now, I've remained consistent on this take that the New York Knicks will get out of the East, and I have to stand on that because I made this take. But I'm not going to sit here and not acknowledge the red flags that I have been acknowledging leading up to this point. And I still have this belief in Jalen Brunson and these guys, because of their veteran leadership, to get the job done. But there is something I wanted to talk about coming out of yesterday's game that I believe every Knicks fan should pay attention to. And it should not surprise anybody if the New York Knicks get bounced early from the postseason. Now, is it going to be a first-round exit? Likely not. But if they have to go up against Detroit or Boston second round, with them playing the way they are now, lacking that cohesion, they will very well go home in the second round. But like I said before, I want to keep my faith in our captain, Jalen Brunson, because he has the knack to come through in the biggest moments. But now I'm going to get to this, man, which tells you everything that you need to know. And I'm not going to try to make this video extremely long. No, we're going to try and get this in a short take. But what tells me everything that I absolutely need to know about our New York Knicks is the Karl-Anthony Towns reaction to that absolute laser pass to OG Anunoby just before halftime. OG Anunoby makes the three, and look at Karl-Anthony Towns' body language. Look at his demeanor. That is somebody who is checked out. That is somebody who looks extremely frustrated with not getting touches. There is a clear disconnect from our coach to our second best player. We have 6 games left in the season, man. You cannot go into the playoffs hoping to be connected, hoping to become cohesive, when you have 6 games left and you have this much of a drastic difference between your head coach and your second best player. We have no JB and Cat pick and rolls. The offense does not have an identity. There is no read and react. I said this before. I might have been joking, but I'm being dead serious. Read and react. Read that Cat is 7 feet and he has a 6'5" wing on him. React to that, give him the ball, and let him go to work. When they send the double, start moving that rock around, hit the open shooter. But instead, what we saw yesterday was Karl-Anthony Towns look absolutely livid on the court, pissed off. He only took, I believe it was a couple of 3-point shots. He didn't take his first 3-point attempt into the third quarter. Let me explain something to y'all. When we traded for him, we traded him to be what? A stretch 5. He is known for his ability to shoot the rock. What did he claim himself to be? The best shooting big man of all time. And this man, who is technically our best 3-point shooter, well, for sure one of the best, is only getting what? 1 or 2 attempts? Shooting his first 3-point attempt in the third quarter? There is a clear disconnect. Now, when we go back to the reports before the season, we looked at who they interviewed. In my opinion, they really wanted to maximize Cat. That's why they went to the Minnesota Timberwolves staff to try and get a head coach. Well, try to get their head coach and try to get some of their assistants to come here to become our coach to maximize what Cat can do. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get any one of them. So I believe that the best interest of Cat was in mind. They decided on Mike Brown. I said this before, that Mike Brown hire was specifically done to justify the Bridges trade, to maximize Bridges. It is clear that Karl-Anthony Towns has sacrificed enough. This coach does not know how to get to our big man. Tom Thibodeau learned his lesson last year, and he rectified the mistakes that he made with Karl-Anthony Towns from his days coaching him with the Timberwolves. And that is why last year Karl-Anthony Towns, the big bodega, was going crazy. When you look at the body language between Karl-Anthony Towns and the team, look at how Mo Diawara is up close to him, and he doesn't even want to be bothered. Mikal Bridges is celebrating. He doesn't want to be bothered. There's a reason they force-fed him the ball in the third quarter. Maybe was this the moment that Karl-Anthony Towns lost his in the locker room? Was this the moment? Because that third quarter, they wanted to go to him every possession. You can't spam him now. You have to start that at the beginning of the game. Jalen Brunson had an awful game. Josh Hart did not think looked good, even though the numbers offensively might say, oh, he had a solid game. I thought JB did not have a good floor game. He did not facilitate the ball the way you would like. He didn't score at the clip you want him to. Again, he's always struggled against like these tall, athletic guys. It's the Thompson twins. So again, you know, in matchups like this, you have a mismatch. I'm going to say it again. Karl-Anthony Towns. JB is able to do whatever he wants. Maybe it's the coach's time to say, hey, brother, we're attacking a mismatch, man. And that's what it's going to be. You can get your buckets off the floor of that. Because at the end of the day, Jalen Brunson's game is to score, right? His game is predicated upon him scoring. However, my mans, you need to facilitate too. You are a point guard. You know, I could go on and blame Mike Brown. I could blame Karl-Anthony Towns for not asserting himself. But I cannot withhold some type of blame on Jalen Brunson because ultimately you are the point guard. You have to get your big man involved. You have to read the mismatch. What is the basis of this offense? Read and react. React to the mismatch. You read it, react. Get Karl-Anthony Towns the ball. He should not be touching the ball in terms of spamming Karl-Anthony Towns until the third quarter, man. What are we doing? If the Knicks don't get it together, they have an early exit coming for them. And I'm not going to sit here and say that this Knicks team cannot get to the finals. Or they could get eliminated early. This team has just given us such of the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. I really can't even call it for what it is right now. I don't know. Because the talent on this roster is ridiculous. Do they have the wrong coach? Maybe. But when you look at the roster alone, this is probably the most talented roster that we've had since the 97 team. And it's frustrating that you have the opportunity, but for whatever reason, these guys do not mesh well amongst one another. I said this before, man. The move that needs to be made is you need to put Mikal Bridges on that second unit as the sixth man. The Knicks need a consistent spot-up three-point shooter that is their job. Landry Shamet does that, and Deuce McBride does that. That is what needs to be inserted into the lineup because the roles need to be clearly defined. You have Mikal Bridges playing out of position. You have OG Anunoby playing out of position. That is what the New York Knicks need to do. They're not going to do it now. Maybe, who knows? Because the way Mike Brown has been, you don't know. He does anything. But y'all let me know in the comments what you think. Is this panic button? Are the New York Knicks going to get bounced in the first round? I don't believe that to be the case. I can easily see this team pulling it together. We saw this earlier in the season. They had a really, really rough stretch following the NBA Cup win and then looked absolutely dominant and then got back to being cold. Then they started winning. Then they were barely winning. Now they're back to being bad. There's just so much of an influx between the highest of highs and the lowest of lows with this team that I really have no idea. But you guys let me know. Y'all know me. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. I just have this belief that this team is going to get it together, and it is why I cannot sit here and definitively tell you guys that the Knicks are not going to be able to get to the finals, because we've seen this. When it is clicking, they look amazing. They look like one of the best teams in basketball. But when they are not hitting their shots and there is no clear cohesion, no clear hierarchy, it's more so my turn, my turn, my turn, my turn, my turn on offense, and you get the inconsistent production. Again, this offense made Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and that whole Warriors dynasty amazing because of what they had. Two of the top 4 greatest shooters of all time who could consistently hit threes. We don't have great three-point shooters. We have guys who can shoot the three who are streaky. There is a difference. There needs to be a clear-cut catch and shoot three-point guy inserted into the lineup to get away from the slow starts. It is that simple. But again, you guys let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and sub to the channel. Check off the bell notification icon to become part of the family. And though it's looking bleak, you know I'm going to stand firm on this take that the Knicks will go to the finals. The reality is they can easily achieve that. But when they're at that floor, potential first round exit, like, I don't know if a team could win like that. It's just a matter of, can you catch lightning in a bottle at the right time? That's how I look at it now. Before, I thought that this team is for sure clear-cut, definitive championship contender. They have the talent, they assert themselves, and then the second half of the season, man, it's just been you really don't know what you got. It's like playing dice. You don't know. So we'll see, man. That's all I got for you guys. Have a good one.